Hey, anyone who's here or who's coming here and is here from the future and is watching past me right now, welcome. Doing an editing live stream of Dead Meat Kill Count. Hey Ree, how's it going? Cool, cool. Let me just get some tweets out here. Got that one. Great. Hey Sarah, hey Jezer, hey Vanessa. Whew, tired. I'm gonna be probably an hour, I'm guessing. Not too much longer than that. Hi Brooke. I'm also eating peas. Just peas. Alright. My goal tonight is to finish covering Jason X. Started earlier today. No one calls me Jimmy. I disallow it. Hey Jackson.
In the basement.
Oh, that should be coming out through my headphones. Great.
Happened to you. Jason Chase is rolling in the basement where she shoots him into a cryogenic freezing chamber.
Hi Nisa. Hi Audrey. How's Lucy? Hey Kasha. Lucy. Lucy. You're wanted. Hi Alexis. This isn't that odd. This is about 10 p.m. my time. I'd say that's pretty standard to be awake during. Jackson, that's your yeah, Jackson. I also rank 3 very low. I don't think I don't necessarily think 1's all that great. I mean, I guess it was the first one, so that's something. And Betsy Palmer's cool. But yeah, I definitely think 3 is the weakest because it's just too similar to the first two. I think the first 4 are so similar to each other that I like 4 the most because I think it's the most pure distillation of what those movies are as far as the gore and the nudity goes. There's a bunch of both, and then you also have Crispin Glover, you got Corey Feldman, you got full on Jason with the mask the whole time. I think 4 is like the best of the first 4. Hi, who said that? Cordero, hi. Thank you. Are you a original Dead Meat fan, or were you a Practical Folks fan who came over? Thank you for enjoying the videos. I'm going to do Scream after the Friday the 13th movies. I was hoping to start them this past weekend, but I realized I was further behind on Friday the 13th than I originally expected to be. So now I'm just trying to. No, Chelsea will get home on Friday, so my goal is to finish a lot of the heavy lifting before then. So when she's here, I can spend time with her. Um, Hi, Katie. Hey, Cameron. All right, I'm gonna get started. Hey, Desiree. What I just did earlier today that I didn't live stream was rewrite the Jason Goes to Hell script, which is it's a big step. So like right now I'm covering my rough draft, right, for Jason X. But while I'm covering it, I'm learning all sorts of things like maybe I left out some shit, maybe I have to talk longer for some shit, maybe I have to talk shorter for some shit. So the rewriting the script process is really, it can be painful and it can take a while. But I just did that for Jason Goes to Hell, and that's like the last big hurdle, I'd say. Because after that, it's filming, which is fun, and then the edit, which is based mostly on this rough cut, so it's pretty easy, and then the effects are all fun. So that's fine. So I would say that right now I'm like Jason Goes to Hell. I'm over the hump on that one for number 9. So now it's like 3 more to get over the hump on, and then I can fucking reel this thing in, set them up, and then I just have to like edit Drunk Disney and Practical Folks stuff after that. Probably before that too. Cool, Cordero. I'm glad that you're an OG fan and you came to a live stream. That's really cool. I wasn't sure if Dead Meat fans, Dead Meatheads, floating that name by. I don't. That's not that great. I wasn't sure if fans of the channel would be interested in these streams. I know that Practical Folks fans are, but we're more of a personalities on those channels, on that channel.
Until it slides down with a funny squeak. Now it's time for the grunts to get to work, and this is when the movie really turns into aliens. This middle part is maybe the lamest stretch, just because it's...
Okay. So I'm just going through the movie, trying to find footage for what I'm talking about. This fucking guy, Sergeant Brodsky, is the most badass fucking guy. I might do a video. I want to do a video of like the 5 most badass characters in Friday the 13th movies. He would definitely be number 1. Ruben, the editing live streams are on my channel, but they're unlisted. I'm not sure what I want to do with them. I don't think I want them on the channel, because I don't think when new people discover my channel that I want them like there for them to check out. I've been toying with the idea of a Patreon for Dead Meat, so maybe those could be part of that. I don't know. I am looking very forward to finishing Friday the 13th because I want to move on to other stuff. It was weird, or it wasn't weird. It was maybe a dumb idea to start with such a huge series, but I am glad that I'm going to get such a huge series out of the way. Because then when I go to do Nightmare and Halloween, they're not quite as big. So it'll be like, it could be worse, you know? I think the worst ones are like, I don't know, like fucking Puppet Master. You know, there's a ton of those. There's a ton of Hellraisers, which sucks that I want to do Hellraiser. Yeah, guys, if it's late, go to bed. Go to bed, man. Go to bed. Meatballs.
Now it's time for the grunts to get to work, and this is when the movie really turns into aliens.
Bay 2. We got a blood trail heading toward the cargo.
Maybe that'll work. I can just pull shit down, and if it doesn't work, or if I find something better, I can replace it. No problem. Oh, wait. Isn't this...
Recycled with Jason included, but still better than most of Jason Goes to Hell. The grunts save engineer Crunch.
Okay.
Now it's time for the grunts to get to work, and this is when the movie really turns into aliens. This middle part is maybe the lamest stretch, just because it's standard action sci-fi material recycled with Jason included, but still better than most of Jason Goes to Hell. The grunts save engineer...
Might change that line to Jason Takes Manhattan. While editing Jason Goes to Hell, I felt different about it than when I watched it. When I watched it, I fucking hated it. But then editing it, there's the cat. There's like a bunch of... I don't know, Jason Goes to Hell has its good qualities. It has great gore. The actors are good. It tries to do something different. I don't know if that's a plus or a minus. I don't know. But I don't think I can use it as like the placeholder for the like worst Jason movie. I think that has to be Takes Manhattan. I am fucking pumped for that game. Lucy, don't eat my peas. That's Cap. Yeah, I think it was a good idea to start with Friday the 13th because it's such a well-known series. There's a huge fan base there. Oh, you jumped into my computer. Okay. So yeah, I do think that was good to get people on board with the kill count. Because like if I had started with something small, I don't know, or like something not as known, like Phantasm. If I had started with fucking Phantasm, people would have been like, "What the fuck is this?"
Better than most of Jason Goes to Hell. The grunts save engineer Crunch from getting killed by shooting up Jason, but the
Crunch, get down now!
grunts save engineer Crunch from getting killed by shooting up. Save engineer Crunch
Crunch, get down now!
from getting killed by shooting up Jason, but the big man gets away and they have to keep shooting up Jason. But the big man
He just disappears. That's how he gets away. Bullshit. Hey, Bree. I think Scream will start after the Friday the 13th are done. I considered maybe doing like one-offs, like maybe The Thing, between series. I don't know. I don't know yet. Just trying to focus on getting this done first. What are there a lot of? Are there really? I thought there were only 4 or 5. Jason McNamara. Cameron Steele. Oh, Children of the Corn. There are so fucking many Children of the Corn. Let's see. I know that. Is it 2 or 3 is Urban Harvest, where they're on like a vacant lot in the city. I know there's obviously Children of the Corn 666, Isaac's Revenge. I think there are at least 2 more after that. When I was growing up, there was only the 6. I think 666 was the last one. It's a good question, Cordero. Favorite kill so far? I don't know. Maybe the one in part 3 where the guy gets cut in half. I really like the way that looks. The remake Friday the 13th, it's so weird. I think Freddy versus... Okay, so, you know, you have like your first 8 Friday the 13th, the Paramount movies, and they kind of stand separate than the 4 that come after it. I think out of those 4, they all have stuff that are good and bad about them. I think Freddy vs. Jason has the least good about it. And the remake is like, it kind of is a balance of good and bad. I don't know. I'll get into it when I do the episode, because I feel like it's a little hardcore, which I can appreciate. But at the same time, a lot of it is the same thing. I don't know. I'm not going to wax poetic about it right now. Kill count will be the main thing on this channel for a while. I have some ideas percolating for other series, but it's a matter of time that I don't have.
gets away and they have to go hunting for him. Naturally, this enables him to kill them off one by one. First... hunting for him. Naturally, this enables him to kill them off one by one. First up is Sven, who gets a Metal Gear Solid treatment from Jason, getting dragged into a dark corridor and his neck broken. Way to be stealthy, Jason. Point. Next up is Condor. Next up.
I know, there's so fucking many. Amityville Horror, I will probably never do it unless this becomes my job and I'm able to do it. Amityville Horror, there are so fucking many, and I don't know if a lot of people die in them, so I don't even know if they'd be good for kill count. But I also think they're fucking horrible, aren't they? Emily Ann, how was my editing free night last night? Did I say I wasn't gonna edit last night? Because if I did, I fucking lied. I definitely edited. I've never seen the Hatchet movies. Rachel? I would love to do a political show. I will at some point in my life. I promise. Or else everything that has led up to this point has been for a waste, because that's always been the plan.
Next up is Condor, who's carrying a sweet-ass weapon in reference to Doom.
Negative, Sarge. There's no sign.
The fucking names in this movie are ridiculous. Condor's the most normal.
Next up is Condor, who's carrying a... Next up is Condor, who's carrying a sweet-ass weapon in reference to Doom.
Oh, hey guys, my channel, Dead Meat, just got approved for monetization, so there will be ads on the videos from now on. Sorry about that, but I am excited about that, which means you can also super chat me if you want. There should be a little dollar symbol below the message part, and if you want, you can donate any amount from, I think it's $2 is the minimum, up to me for working, I guess. So feel free to do that. If you do that, you can put in a message. I'll answer anything you ask. That's not weird, you know. But yeah, if you feel like doing that, don't feel pressure. I'm gonna be doing this regardless. Yeah, Emily Ann, I definitely did not do that. I definitely did not go to bed at 9 p.m. Sunday night. No one really believed I would, right? You all knew I was gonna fucking edit. I edited until midnight.
Hondo, you got a BFG? Hondo. Hondo, you got a BFG? You're with me. Hondo, you got a BFG? You're with me.
Sweet-ass... weapon in reference to Doom.
Hondo, you got a BFG? You're with me.
Puts up a decent fight, and in reward gets one of the... Puts up a decent fight, and in reward...
Oh, congrats, Desiree. Good job. I'll talk about Ryan Reynolds. We don't need a kill count for me to talk about Ryan Reynolds. All right, we can sit here and talk about Ryan Reynolds all day.
Puts up a decent fight, and in reward gets one of the better kills of the movie. Thrown onto a better kill, fight, and in reward gets one of the better.
Oh yeah, nice one. It's a great kill.
Puts up a decent fight, and in reward gets one of the better kills of the movie. Thrown onto a random giant floor screw. And reward gets one of the better kills of the movie. Giant floor screw. The better kills of the movie. Thrown onto a random giant floor screw. Why is that there? And then he slides down and why is that there?
How sick is it? I'm just sitting here laughing like his fucking body is just screwing. That was great.
And then he slides down in hilarious fashion. His death is topped off with a groan-worthy pun.
Yeah, the fucking puns, dude. I don't know, I like this movie. I do like this movie. Screwed. Oh, damn it, I didn't subclip that. I've never seen the Hatchet movies. Are they any good?
What's his condition? He's screwed.
Great.
Off with a groan-worthy pun. After
What's his condition? What's his condition? He's screwed.
Hey, Matthew Marin. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to be doing Scream right after this, after the Friday movies. I think. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I think it's thankfully only 4 movies, so that's really good. It'll be a lot easier on me. And also, I think those are popular movies, so hopefully it'll bring more people to the channel.
topped off with a groan-worthy pun.
What's his condition? He's screwed.
Oh yeah, Audrey. That'd be cool. I wonder if I can find someone who would fucking follow me around with a camera there. I always feel bad about like, hey, so I want to do a video about Halloween Horror Nights. Could you come and just film me? Like, I'd also probably have to pay for the ticket. That would suck.
She dies after a classic death stumble into another soldier, Kicker.
What was that?
What's his condition?
Uh-oh. Accidentally erased something, it looks like.
So backs into Jason. Finding his body, another soldier, Gecko.
Oops. Oops, shit. Learn how to edit, James.
After finding his body, another soldier, Gecko, backs into Jason and has her throat slit by him. She dies after.
Gecko.
Yes, I'm dead.
After finding his body, another soldier, Gecko, backs into Jason and has her throat slit by him.
I am not aware which Scream movie has the highest. Really, Katie? But I don't want those high angles on me.
Another soldier, Gecko, backs into Jason and has her throat slit by him. She dies after a classic death stumble into another soldier, Kicker. God, these people.
Pixar, I wouldn't necessarily consider Jurassic Park in the horror genre. I feel like it's more. I mean, you know, genres aren't hard and fast. They're kind of like gender, you know? They're fluid. So, Jurassic Park has sci-fi elements, adventure elements. Spielberg is kind of like his own fucking genre at this point. But, like, with movies that aren't horror, like someone mentioned Deadpool earlier, I wouldn't be opposed to doing kill counts for them, you know, in a couple of years, assuming I'm still doing this. But I definitely wouldn't want to start doing those before doing any, like, horror movies. All right, Kay, you can use your high angles on me.
She dies after a classic death stumble into another soldier, Kicker. God, these people have the stupidest names.
Gecko.
Nice. Hurt. Blah.
Classic death stumble another soldier, Kicker. God, these people have the stupidest names. Kicker manages to...
Hi, Rachel. Happy birthday. I ain't tallest. I'm tall envious. Nice, Sarah. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, Sierra, no, go to bed. It's okay. You stopped in. You said hi. What? How did toast get? How did toast get become a thing? Which franchise do I think would be impossible to completely cover? I mean, I mentioned earlier Amityville Horror has way too fucking many. I think maybe, as much as I hate to say this, because I would love to do this someday, I think there's a fucking ton of these, dude. Yeah. Yeah. 10 sequels, a non-canon crossover. I probably wouldn't do these. I mean, they're comic books, so obviously not. But basically, you're looking at 11 movies here. Because I would definitely do Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys, because I watched the fuck out of that when I was little. And, oh my god, what a bad movie. Corey Feldman! What? Oh, man. But, again, so many of them, you know? This seems like more than what they said. This seems like what? 6, 7, 8. No, oh, they have their upcoming ones. The Littlest Reich. That's right. They just premiered some new puppets and some new looks recently. Yeah, I love Puppet Master. I have a little torch in the Kill Count set deck in the background. There he is. There's Torch from the second and onward Puppet Masters. Oh, hey, Practical Folks fans. Doesn't this look like Leo? Like, he's got the pouty lips.
Stupidest names. Kicker manages to subdue...
Halloween would be a hard one, just because there's a lot. Because, like, not only is there a remake, there's a sequel to the remake. I've never seen either of those.
Kicker manages to subdue Jason long enough to get cocky over the radio.
He's the first death in this movie. I definitely make a joke about it in the script.
Kicker manages to subdue Jason long enough to get... Kicker manages to...
I enjoy Jason X.
Kicker manages to subdue Jason long enough to get cocky. Subdue Jason. Kicker manages to subdue Jason long enough to get cocky over the radio.
I think there's around like 7 Texas Chainsaw, because I was looking at that recently. I'd love to do those. I would love to do so many. So many.
Over the radio. But Jason works himself free and...
I got him. You know what I was thinking for a one-off, because I want to do a bunch of one-offs after Scream. Anyone familiar with Idle Hands? I called a radio station. That came out in 99, so I would have been 10 years old. I called a radio station when it came out, won tickets as a 10-year-old to this R-rated movie. Me and my dad went and saw a special preview screening of Idle Hands. Got a shirt and a CD and saw a big old titty. It's mostly what I remember about it because I was 10.
Jason works himself free and slices himself free and slices Kicker in half off screen, which is just fine. We get to see him crawl away.
That was a year after I was born. Great, Desiree. Thank you.
Thanks.
Fine. We get to see him crawl away. Or at least, you know, his upper half crawl away. Brutal. The final grunt break. Brutal.
Oh, that was not my first boob. That was far from my first boob. Yeah, Seth Green is in that movie. Seth Green, Devon Sawa, Jessica Alba, Vivica Fox. I don't remember the larger friend, like Seth Green's buddy. Eldon Henson. I feel like I've seen him in other shit. Fred Willard's in it. What? What's this guy in? Oh, that's fucking Foggy Nelson. I fucking maybe thought so. It was in the back of my mind. I didn't want to say it because that's why I didn't watch Daredevil, was because Foggy Nelson was so fucking bad that I couldn't even handle it. Also, I don't like superhero shit. That's funny. Fucking Foggy. Hey, Ash. What up?
The final grunt, Briggs, is found dead by Brodsky, swinging from...
See, okay, so this, in case anyone is interested in the minutia of how these episodes get created, this is a great example of why I do these, I write the script, I record it with a mic, and then I cover it here, and then I rewrite the script. The reason I do that is because, so I wrote it as...
The final grunt, Briggs, is found dead by Brodsky, swinging from some weird...
Right, okay. The final grunt, Briggs, is found dead by Brodsky. That's the order. We have the final grunt, Briggs, is found by Brodsky. But the footage has that. So, especially with how I want the graphic to come in and, like, focus on the kill after the graphic comes in, I know that when I rewrite this, I'm going to rewrite it as Brodsky comes across the body of Briggs, the final grunt. That way it'll be like, Brodsky comes across the body of Briggs, the final grunt. So if you're interested in that kind of minutia, that's exactly why I do this sort of thing. I've not seen Devour. I'm not in a superhero movie, so I've not seen Guardians. So I'm just really not into... The problem with superhero stuff for me, I realized recently, is I'm such a completist, as evidenced by the fact that I'm doing all 12 Friday the 13th, not taking any breaks. I watched them all before starting the whole series. I'm all about and always have been about, like, if there's stuff, I gotta know all of it. I was really into, like, Star Wars Expanded Universe and everything. With fucking superhero stuff, there's so much. There's so many movies and TV shows and everything. And I know you don't have to see them all, but I feel like there's always going to be little Easter eggs and shit that I wouldn't get because I haven't seen them all and I don't have the time to see them all. And I haven't seen I haven't seen Winter Soldier. I haven't seen Avengers 2. Way behind on them, and also there's other problems I have with them, like with the content themselves. So whatever.
Weird ceiling spike chandelier thing. Honestly, it looks kind of relaxing. If it wasn't, honestly, it looks kind of relaxing.
I wish I was a better nerd and could get into superhero shit because that's all the world cares about now. But
The whole impalement part. Brodsky gets stabbed, but
yeah, everyone always loves the superheroes. Trust me, I know. I feel like a broken person. Yeah, Natalie, that's the most ironic thing of all, that there's not 13 Friday the 13th movies. But how can superhero genres be your favorite when they're so the same? All the third acts are the same. Every movie has the same third act. It's just a big fight with a city getting destroyed, and the superhero comes out on top. And they have, oh man, it kills me that they're so fucking popular. Superheroes are so boring. It's just our world, but with people who have these powers that make it really easy for them to overcome things. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's a phase. It's a phase, RJ. You say that, but it's been going on for so long. It's been going on for 10 years now because Iron Man came out, what, 2008? And that was like the first, like, I mean, seriously, really, you've had like Spider-Man back in 2001. But I'd say Iron Man kicked off like the superhero movies as we know them. And it's just so, like, as a cultural fucking phase. And I can't stand it. And like they have movies lined up for like another 10 years, and it makes me so sad, man. It makes me so sad that's where all the money goes. Oh, God, it makes me so sad.
Brodsky gets stabbed, but like he says, Jason obliges. But
Sorry. I know I'm in the minority here. I think if I had more time to watch them, because like when I watch a movie once, it doesn't really stick with me. If I had enough time to watch like every superhero movie a couple of times and like really like learn, oh yeah, this guy's got this special thing and this is that callback, maybe I'd be more into it. But I can't care that much about it. I'm sorry. I wish I did.
Brodsky gets stabbed, but like he says,
It's gonna take more than a poke in the ribs to put down this old dog.
gets stabbed, but like he says,
It's gonna take more than a poke in the ribs to put down this old dog.
Jason.
No, and I remember when Iron Man came out, everyone freaked the fuck out, and I even felt it back then that it was like, oh, this is the start of something. I never read comics. I would get the books that like summarized all the comics and shit. Oh, that's cool, Natalie.
Jason obliges, but spoiler.
Yeah, sorry, Cameron, man. I know so many people. Like, if I were a big comic book fan as a kid, that would probably help too. But like I said, I would just buy like the encyclopedias and like learn the facts. I was more about like, oh yeah, well, like I wasn't into the actual stories. I just wanted to know the facts behind.
Jason obliges.
That ought to do it.
Obliges.
Yeah, that ought to do it.
But spoiler alert, he's not dead yet. I told you he was badass. He hasn't nearly reached full badassery yet. Just you wait. Now,
Just you wait. Iron Man's fine. He spent so much time in that fucking cave.
now that the science nerds have lost their muscle, everyone's freaking out. Now that the science nerds have lost their muscle,
Situation.
lost their muscle. Everyone's freaking out on this lame stuff. Freaking out. Everyone's freaking out on this lame Star Wars.
Yeah, Rachel, I'm with you. It overwhelms me. I don't like it. I don't like the way it makes me feel.
Star Wars prequel looking bridge. Cowboy Captain Lou comes out of
on hyperdrive right now. Solaris. I'm taking this on hyperdrive right now.
Cowboy Captain Lou comes out of hyperdrive, as he says, and
Fuck yeah, this movie's in space. It's Jason X. Jason in space. Fuck yeah.
Cowboy Captain Lou comes out of hyperdrive, as he says, and prepares to dock to the larger space.
They all go on too long though. That's my other problem with them is they're all so fucking long. I don't want to talk about comic book movies anymore. I always say the same things, and I always just feel bad about myself for not liking them. So,
As he says, and prepares to dock to the larger space station Solaris, but Jason kills Solaris.
Rachel, it's in the future. It's in like 2400 something. No, Jason Goes to Hell is in part 9, but he's not actually in hell. It's a little deceptive. Manhattan's part 8. This is part 10. Oh, are you guys talking about Tiffany Mink? Yeah, she doesn't drink. Tiffany Mink doesn't drink.
But Jason kills him before he can stick the landing with an off-screen machete slash. Then
Oh man, I figured everyone knew that. Jordan, do you mean I don't want to brag, I don't want to boast. When the first caveman came in from the drags, didn't know what would go with the bacon and the eggs. Must have been genius when he got it in his head. Plug the toaster in the wall, buy a bag of bread, make toast.
Then, guys, I don't know what to do for the kill count because the Grendel.
Look.
Then, guys, I don't know what to do for the kill count because the Grendel, which is apparently Grendel.
You know what? You know a comic book movie I did very much enjoy. It was before the whole thing, but I really liked Watchmen when it came out. I don't know if I still would. I'd have to rewatch it. I remember being just real mad at the comedian because he's so horrible. But I think that was a cool movie. I wish I read the graphic novel because I understand that's very good. Chelsea really likes it.
Which is apparently made of adamantium or something, just plows through this whole fucking space. Plows through this whole
That'll never happen, Tyler.
whole fucking space station destroyed. Destroys it, blowing it to pieces. And that thing looked like a small. And that thing looked like pieces. And that thing looked like a small.
It's all right. All right, we just overshot it. We'll turn around and go back.
Hang on.
City. So I can't do anything with the numbers, but just know that Jason was responsible for the death of like a whole colony of human beings. All right. Still, Jason's much more comfortable killing on a micro scale. So in no time at all, he breaches the bridge and. Still, Jason's much more comfortable killing on a micro scale. So in no time at all, he. Breaches the bridge and takes out the loathsome professor.
Hi.
Bridge and takes breaches the bridge and takes out the loathsome professor with an off-screen death after a fun line full of professor with an off-screen death after a fun line full of naivete.
Officer, how valuable you are. Fame, money, my help. I know people. I have connections.
Ilyana, what up, man? I don't see you in these chats very often, these streams. How's it going? Am I Bubba Butt? I mean, I am, but Cars 3 is gonna be fucking dope, though. Yeah, Tyler, that happened early on. It's like the first kill on the spaceship.
And full of naivete.
You want your machete back? Shit, it's yours. Take it.
After a fun line full of naivete.
You want your machete back? You want your machete back? You want your machete back? Shit, it's yours. You want your machete back? Shit, it's yours. Take it.
Yeah, Doc.
Just remember, save the frame. Guys, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back. Take it. Guys, it's okay. Guys, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back.
Yeah, oh no, don't worry. Not only does Jason get cryogenically frozen, he also becomes Uber Jason when he gets fused with synthetic material.
Yeah, Doc, what do you think he wanted?
I'm gonna go back to my room. Someone's gonna be there.
Yeah, Doc, what do you think he wanted that machete back for? The rest of the movie.
Yeah, the face freeze has to be one of the best kills of the entire series. Definitely.
Machete back for. The rest of the movie is a standard dwindling party situation.
Look, how do we get off the ship? What do you think?
Beam us off.
Hell yeah, the shuttle.
The rest of the movie is a standard dwindling party situation, but with actually fun characters.
I would watch that, Natalie.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! You know how to use that thing?
Yep, it's just like riding a bike. Once you learn, you never forget how.
Good. KM and I'll go to the supply hold.
Movie is a standard dwindling party situation, but with actually fun characters. I mean, check it. You got smart dude and the android he built.
So what do you think? We gonna make it?
Well, this did.
You got smart dude and the android he built, who you know he has sex with. You've got
It's very self-aware. I don't think I would necessarily call it a parody, but it has a lot of like it winks to the audience a bunch. Kind of like how Part 6 did.
you've got two other competent leading ladies, one of which is a straight up quip factory.
Statistical probability of survival is 12%.
12%. You talking about that? Bullshit, man, bullshit.
Oh, I actually do fucking think that. Sex robot.
No, he has sex with.
Sophie Tedesco, get the fuck to sleep. Thanks for stopping by, Sophie.
You've got two other
Statistical probability of survival just went up to 53%.
Over 100.
Ha 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 ha. Yeah.
He's here. Quiet. But if he's in here, he's gonna kill us. Quiet. One more second. I'll snap your necklace. Quiet. She's not people. She's. There's no cell line over there. No, there is. Go, over there. Just don't wreck my pants.
You've got two other competent leading ladies, one of which is a straight up quip factory, and we get Brodsky back, who will bring so much badassery to this movie. I promise. Just wait. While you're waiting, enjoy some body parts.
Subtortology.
I promise. Just wait. All right. While you're waiting, enjoy some body parts. All right. While you're waiting. While you're waiting, enjoy some body parts, like Luz discovered strewn about the cockpit by Crunch and Waylander, who's rolling the
Where's...
ship I'm still not quite sure of. About the cockpit by Crunch. Enjoy some body parts, like Luz discovered strewn about the cockpit by Crunch and Waylander, who's rolling the ship I'm still not quite sure of. Or like the professor's hat.
Where's that sheet?
Quip Factory, and we get Brodsky back, who will bring so much badassery to this movie. I promise. Just wait, all right? While you're waiting, enjoy some body parts, like.
No, this is fun, guys. You guys are making magic right here. Here, Natalie. You bring up a thing I'm curious about. How many of you guys thought Jason used a chainsaw? How many of you guys thought hockey mask and chainsaw? Those were the things together. Like those are what Jason is.
Luz discovered strewn about the cockpit by Crunch and Waylander, who's rolling the ship I'm still not quite sure of. Or like the professor's head, which Jason shows off like a proud kid showing his science fair project before killing Crunch by
Pressurized and damaged. It's Brodsky. He's alive. No, shit. Yeah, I can't move him. Are we in Crunch back? No, he's still on the bridge. I need help. Hey, guys. Brodsky's still alive. Mr. Rowan can't move him by himself.
Go. I can handle it from here.
Tell him I'm on my way. Get your back.
Crutch, how are we doing for time?
Hey, Ben.
There's a giant shitload of good...
Kill Count will definitely cover other series. Just getting through all the Fridays first. I think Scream is next.
We might be ready to go.
Good. Hey, what's here? Get.
Am I? I'm going Whoa! Oh shit! I got company here, people!
or like the professor's head, which Jason shows off like a proud kid showing his science fair project before killing Crunch by slamming him into electrical. Which Jason shows off like a proud kid showing his science fair project before killing.
I'm educating so many people about Friday the 13th. This thing that you don't really have to know a lot about, but is something that I've known a lot about since I was a kid. Because I've watched horror movies since I was a kid.
Science fair project before killing Crunch by slamming him into Crunch by
Let's go.
Kinsey, open the door. Open the door.
Oh, those weird ones, like those kill counts, Ileana. Isn't mine so much better though? Because it's not just like a supercut. It's like me being like, "Hey, here's what you're watching. Here's some jokes. They don't all work, but some of them do."
slamming him into electrical stuff. Heck, classic Jason. Get rid of power and kill a person at the same time. He's so efficient. At the same time. Slamming him into electrical stuff. Heck, classic Jason. Get rid of power and kill a person at the same time. He's so efficient. This whole situation ends up being a little too much for Kin.
Oh, cool, Bree. I mean, I think Friday the 13th is definitely like your stereotypical horror movie, your stereotypical slasher. I think most of the gore is the thing is that like new hi aggro plays, welcome. The thing is I think that new horror movies that go for gore, because Friday the 13th obviously wasn't going for story or anything. It was like movies about gore. You know, all different horror movies have different subgenres and different focuses. Some of them focus on gore and kills. Clearly, Friday the 13th is one of those. I think that the new movies that do that are way more gory and like difficult to watch because they're like I think they're more realistic, they're more graphic, uh, they're real. I don't know. I think Friday the 13th is easier to watch because you're kind of removed from it just because it's so old.
Too much for Kinza to handle. So she freaks out, locks everyone else.
Vanessa, gently, give me the con. Kinza? Kinza, honey, it's Rowan. I need you to open the door. Kinza, sweetheart, it's all over, honey. We can go home. All you need is open the door, Gus.
What's going on? Why aren't you on board?
Kinza won't open the door. I think that she's finally lost it, and this is that it's all out. Finally lost it, and this is a really bad time for this. Vanessa,
Ends up being a little too much for Kinza to handle. So she freaks out, locks everyone else out of the bridge, and attempts to. Pilot the shuttle away on her own. The only problem? Yep. So she gets problem. Yep. The only problem? Yep. So she gets blown up. Seriously, the ground. Seriously, the Grendel is made of such. The Grendel is made of.
Is one of you playing Freddy and one of you playing Jason? Or are you guys having cyber sex as Freddy and Jason?
Such strong material, it is an engineering marvel. Props to Crunch. We're down to just a few survivors.
Oh man, how much more do I have? Oof. Where'd I start when I started the stream? So I have like the same amount that I've already done? Ooh. How long have I been streaming? An hour? So another hour of work? Alright.
We're down to just a We're down to just a few survivors when Jason shows up again, so what
New plan.
We're down to
You hold him and I'll run.
just a few survivors when Jason shows up again, so what happens now? Oh, not so fast, Wikipedia.
Okay. New plan. You hold him and I'll run.
We're down to
Now what?
just a few survivors when Jason shows up again.
Alexis, I always fucking lie. All right, when it comes to my break schedule, just don't fucking trust me.
Now basically we die.
Jason shows up again, so what happens now?
Yeah, you really say what? Now basically we die.
Shows up again, so what happens now?
Now basically we die.
Oh, not so fast, Wikipedia. Scenario.
Bullshit!
Okay, new plan. You hold him and I'll run. Okay, new plan. You hold him and I'll run. We die.
Oh, not so fast, Wikipedia. Sonaran has made some upgrades to
Got a little something for you.
Sonaran has made some upgrades to
Linda, what are you into?
Sonaran has made some upgrades to
Right now, I just listen to purely political podcasts and the last podcast on the left, which is about serial killers. Yep, that's my life. Oh yeah, my brother and me is really good too. Anyone check out their 6-episode show on CISO? It was good. I liked it. Jason was frozen with his mask on.
Oh, wow.
Gave her an upload.
Gave her an upload?
some upgrades to KN, and in a delightful sequence of fembot kickassery, KN, and in a delightful sequence of
We're gonna have to hurt you now.
Cam!
fembot kickassery, she shoots the
I'm not gonna do Jaws: The Revenge and Jaws 3D.
That didn't go so well. Gotcha.
sequence of fembot kickassery, she shoots the ever-living shit out of Jason. Literally blows him to pieces. Literally blows him to pieces. gassery. She shoots the ever-living shit out of Jason. She shoots the ever-living. She shoots the ever-living. The ever-living shit out of Jason. Literally. Jason. Literally blows him to pieces. It's really quite enjoyable. So here, just enjoyable. It's really quite enjoyable. So here, just yeah.
Oh, took it to the dome.
Yeah. Watch some more. Nice, right? Unfortunately, right? Unfortunately. Right? Unfortunately for the survivors, those pesky nano.
Mommy's okay.
Yeah.
Who's your mom?
Oh my god, this bot.
Unfortunately for the survivors, those pesky nano. The survivors. Unfortunately for the survivors. Unfortunately for the survivors.
Johnny Torrance, what? Jack Torrance? You mean Jack Torrance? Also, you know the third icon is Michael Myers. He always gets the shaft. The shape gets the shaft. And I would argue possibly that, well, no, Leatherface is probably 4, but maybe Pinhead for 5. Pinhead's fucking dope. Oh, Brodsky's fucking hot.
Unfortunately for the survivors, those. Survivors, those pesky nanobots sense Jason's body.
This is Adobe Premiere. I've been editing for
Sense Jason's body.
like over a decade.
Sense Jason's body.
So, but I mean, you can learn it. It's not that difficult. It's kind of intuitive once you start to learn stuff.
And try to repair him. When there's not enough tissue available on account of Cam, blowing it all away, the nanobots make do with synthetic material, and thus we get
Oh yeah, it'll totally autocorrect to like a contact name.
Jason's body and try to repair him. When there's not enough repair him. When there's not enough tissue available on account of Cam, more. Account of Cam, blowing it all away. The nanobots make do with synthetic material, and thus we get Uber.
Michael Myers, I'd say, let's see what I mean, his mask is definitely his most identifying thing. I think his weapon of choice is probably a butcher knife. He tends to walk. I mean, Jason does too, but I think the stereotypical like walking murderer is probably Michael Myers. He gets his series. It sucks for Halloween, man. The first two movies are good, and then the third one is like this totally separate thing, and then the fourth through sixth one just dive into like this weird occult story, and he's like revealed to be controlled by a cult in some kind of demonic form.
Thus we get
It's a mess.
material, and thus we get make do with synthetic material, and thus we get Uber Jason. That's what his name is, Uber Jason. Is it ridiculous? Uber Jason.
Impossible! He's dead!
I'd say you got that.
Jason. Is it ridiculous or badass? I think a little bit of both, which makes it feel right at home in the a little bit of both. Which makes it feel right at home in this movie.
It's Uber Jason.
It's been modified.
A little bit of both, which makes it feel right at home in this movie. Oh, also their ship is blowing up, and they need to get.
be here for most of the time.
Hey guys, why can't we just go over here?
It's no good. Pontoon goes, they'll take the bridge with them.
This movie. Oh, also their ship is blowing up, and they need to get aboard another blowing up, and they need to get aboard another one that's coming to.
Not if we disconnect as well.
You can't disconnect. You can go out. Pulling out the console. Do not put hostage your game.
This does look like a fucking Buffy. So, this is editing.
Is blowing up, and they need to board another one that's coming to rescue them. So many dramatic stakes. Rescue them. So many dramatic stakes. It's so exciting. Uber Jason's first act is to decapitate KM.
You guys might want to run.
Uber Jason's first act is to decapitate KM, who thankfully is still functional as a head, because she's pretty.
Fucking Voorhees, that's what's happening. Jason fucking Voorhees, that's what's going on.
Pretty cool. Then, while the rest of the survivors escape to the more stable part of the ship, Waylanders.
Yeah. Hey, asshole.
Waylander sacrifices himself to blow the charges they set, separating the ship and. Sacrifices himself to blow the charges they set, separating the ship and presumably killing Jason. But obviously, he didn't. Jason magically. The ship and presumably. Killing Jason, but obviously he didn't. Jason magically punches a hole into the ship.
I think we're finally okay.
I'd clap if I could.
Still functional as a head. Because she's pretty cool. Then Cam, who thankfully is still functional as a head, because she's pretty cool. Then, while the rest of the survivors escape to the more.
Editing. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. I recognize all this. This is close to the end. I get a nice little quip
Then, while the rest of
soon.
the survivors escape to the more stable part of the ship, Waylander sacrifices himself to blow the charges they set, separating the ship and presumably killing Jason. But obviously, he didn't. Jason magically punches a hole in the
Tortology, I don't know, man. They're fucking writing a sitcom. Agro, I live stream this process to show anyone who's interested in what goes into making these videos, show them the behind the scenes. I also try to encourage anyone who's interested in editing to ask questions because it's a process I really love. I do it for a job. I do it for both my YouTube channels. So I like to teach people anything they want to know about editing because I feel like at this point I can offer a little bit of expertise. And also it's a place for fans of my other channel, Practical Folks, and this channel to just hang out with each other, get to know each other. And I think that's important to have. I mean, if you're watching the same YouTube channel, you probably have similar interests, and you might find a new friend. I know that some of the people here have made friends through these live streams, and that makes me really happy.
An emergency. Tiamat to Grendel.
and they need to get aboard another ship is blowing up, and they need to get aboard another one that's coming to rescue them. So many dramatic stakes. So many people rescue them.
What are you talking about, Audrey? Like, for what, for example?
Blowing up, and they need to get aboard another one that's coming to rescue them. So many dramatic stakes. It's so exciting. Uber Jason's first act is to decapitate KM, who thankfully is still functional as a head, because she's pretty cool. Then, while the rest of the survivors escape to the more stable part of the ship, Waylander sacrifices himself to blow the charges they set, separating the ship and presumably killing Jason. But obviously, he didn't. Jason magically punches a hole.
You know, I can see one big problem with your guys' little sitcom. You gotta get the rights to those characters.
Come in, Grendel. We have you vectored for approach and emergency duck. You make nothing.
Yeah, Agro, I think a big part of it when I started doing these on my other channel, Practical Folks. I don't know if you're a fan of that channel or if you are originally a Dead Meat fan, but check it out if you're not. I started doing it to show people just how much work goes into the videos because I realized that a lot of people don't understand how much work goes into them, and people would be asking for more videos and have them more frequently, and it was kind of my way of being like, hey, I can't because this. And people see now how long it takes, and I think people appreciate me a little more, so that makes me feel good. Really, I'm doing it out of vanity. I want people to like me, so I think it's been working. Jackson, probably not too much longer. Yeah, Jason doesn't talk ever.
Jason magically punches a hole. Jason magically punches a hole into the ship, causing a vacuum that the ship causes.
Oh wait, if we go frame by frame, does this hand just disappear? Oh no, okay. It kind of...
Vacuum that claims Janessa the Quippendale. A vacuum that...
Thanks, Linda. Jetty and Freeze.
That claims Janessa the Quick.
Just gonna delete this joke because it's really bad.
When she gets stuck through a grating. Against the hole. Got one last quip for us, Janessa? Janessa? Way to go. Way to go out. Way to go.
Thanks, Aggro.
Way to go out. Not with a bang, but a quimper. The remaining out with a bang.
Quimper's not a thing. That joke needs to get cut.
Bang, but quimper. The remaining survivors. Through a grate against the hole. Got one last quip for us, Janessa? The remaining survivors escape into, what, another part of the ship, I guess? To wait. The remaining survivors escape into, what, another part of the ship, I guess? To wait for the rescue to show up. Brodsky has to do a spacewalk to show up.
So am I, Grendel. Lifeline secured.
Another part of the ship, I guess? To wait for the rescue to show up. Brodsky has to...
Jason's not a cannibal. Don't get crazy. Piranha. I don't think I've ever seen Piranha.
Brodsky has to do a spacewalk to...
How many piranhas are there?
walk to fix some shit. And when Jason tracks everyone down, they...
Are you there?
They bide their time with a distraction in the form of...
You ready, Kay?
And when Jason tracks everyone down, they...
I was built right, baby.
Initiate.
You guys ready for this? People unfamiliar with this movie?
down, they bide their time with a distraction in the form of virtual reality Camp Crystal Lake. reality camp with a distraction from virtual reality Camp Crystal Lake, including 2 fake campers interested in Jason.
Hey, you want a beer? Or do you want
including including 2 fake campers interested in Jason's favorite things.
You want a beer? Or do you want to smoke some pot? Or we can have premarital sex.
Then they get naked, and I shouldn't stream that part. Oh, okay. Great. Oh, still some titties. Okay.
What follows is one of the fan base's favorite scenes, as a cut to Jason reveals him reenact. What follows is one of the fan base's favorite scenes.
Try it now, Rowan. No. Try it now.
As a cut to Jason reveals him.
Rowan.
Him reenacting that famous sleeping bag kill from part 6, only this time doubling down on it.
It's part 7, past James. Fucking idiot.
And look, I know these girls are virtual creations, but I'm gonna go ahead and count them in the kill count. Inconsistent with the earlier VR tests? I know, guys, doesn't fucking matter. Roland and Snarin along. Roland and
Done with the campers.
Wow, he's good.
He's too good. He's coming back.
Snarin, along with KM's head, make their way to the evacuation ship, but Brodsky's total
Okay,
Hey, we're gonna see you sometime soon.
come on, wait.
Wait, where's... Does he have Cam's head? Oh, yeah, yeah.
with KM's head. Roland and Snarin, along with
Hey, Jordan.
along with KM's head, make their way to the evacuation ship. Brodsky. He's total badass. Relationship, but Brodsky's total badass and sacrifices himself fighting badass. Brodsky's total badass and Brodsky's total badass and sacrifices himself fighting Uber. Himself fighting Uber Jason as the ship explodes. Jason not getting the hint explodes. Jason not getting the hint that this movie needs to end.
How many shots are there in this fucking movie of people like... I feel like I've scrubbed through so many of those shots.
To end, flies through space to attack once more, but flies through space to attack once more. But
You've got to be kidding me. Brodsky.
oh wait, Brodsky is a total badass. Wait, Brodsky to attack once more. But wait, Brodsky is a total. Brodsky is a total badass and intercepts him right.
Okay, Aggro. Thanks for stopping by. Come again. What's happening in chat? Dude. I'm not even sure. Aw, Sarah. Have a good night.
Yeah, you okay?
I'll be back on my feet in no time. As soon as I have some.
Okay, right off.
It's beautiful.
This fucking movie.
Him, riding him down to earth too like a fucking meteorite. I told you he was badass. He was badass. I mean, granted, this kills him in the process, but you couldn't go out in a more badass way, and that's the truth. The film ends with like a fucking meteorite. I told you he was badass. I mean, granted, this kills him in the process, but you couldn't go out in a more badass way, and that's the truth. Badass way, and that's the truth. The film ends with Jason apparently crash landing in a lake. The film ends with Jason apparently crash landing in a lake, his mask floating down to the bottom of it while some sex. Bottom of it, landing in a lake, his lake.
Yeah, that's how he dies.
His mask floating down to the bottom of it while sexy teen campers go off to investigate. Will we ever get a sequel that follows up on this? Almost definitely not. Let's do the numbers.
Yeah. Great. I covered Jason X. Getting there, guys. Fucking getting there. Next up, we'll be covering... next up, I'll probably rewrite the Jason X script and then do what I just did with Freddy vs. Jason. But for now, I'm going to get to sleep. Yeah, Aggro, don't worry, I do these a lot. So if you set your notifications up on this channel, so you get notified when they go up, or follow me on Twitter. I always tweet when I go live. Yeah, I do these a lot. I'll probably do them this week. I'll probably do one tomorrow. Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to finish this up before my girlfriend gets back in time, back in town. Chelsea's not a time lord. Okay, guys, I am going to go to sleep. Freddy vs. Jason takes place after Jason goes to hell. The reason they made Jason X so far in the future was so it wouldn't interfere with Freddy vs. Jason, because that was still being developed at the time. Hopefully, when you watch the kill count of Jason X, it will be more clear, but still fun. It's a fun movie. I definitely have to edit that script a lot to add some stuff that I left out, make things more clear. But I tell you. Yeah, guys, thanks a lot for joining me. Remember, I'm monetized now, so there will be ads on the kill count going forward. That means you can also super chat me if you want, if you feel so inclined. Otherwise, I hope you had a good time. I did. Gotta get some sleep. Yeah, feel good about the work I got done. All right, guys. Good night. Be safe. Be good people.